Call me arrogant or unwise or deluded, but I always knew I was going to make it. Make it sounds so cliche. I always knew I would do better than the majority of the people because my thinking was different. Even when I was at school, even when I was hanging around my mates, they were talking general talk. I call it NPC talk, just general mumbo jumbo that it didn't have any gravitas behind it. In that nobody had real outlandish ideas or goals that they wanted to achieve in life, and I was always very, very goal orientated, and I never had any ambitions to live a 9 to 5, a typical NPC lifestyle. And that is what I believe the difference is in me being able to tie onto some other essential pillars of life philosophies if you want to live like that 1%. So what I thought I would do is share with you those 4 pillars, essential pillars for you to stand out above that general mumbo jumbo at school, at university, in higher education, wherever you might be, maybe even at work. So the first one is you have to reject the herd mentality. An easy way to actually approach it is if the masses are instructed to do one thing, do the opposite. Of course, there are some caveats in that case, but you won't go far wrong, especially when you're observing institutional information. I've got some examples here. School is an assembly line for employees, not employers. School warms up leads for higher education, not because it's conducive to how you want to live. The retirement concept is a tax on your time and your life. So here are some, again, ideas, social narratives that are so deeply ingrained in the average person that they will fight to defend those beliefs. Can you believe that's how good the brainwashing has become? Is that, I mean, I've been thinking about, my parents, Joseph, go and get a job after you go to university, and then you can start getting a salary and make sure you're putting money away for your retirement fund for when you retire. Yeah, when I'm 75 years old, are you delusional? Who waits till they're 75-year-old to actually start living their life? It is absolute nonsense. So here are some deep ingrained social narratives that you are going to have to undo. You're going to have to fight for your life, literally your life, to defend it. Now, this does stem from a biological imperative to keep us safe, but it is now used for manipulation. You like the idea of putting away money in order to save it for a rainy day, for when you are too old to walk and when your brain starts to numb and starts to degenerate in terms of its cognitive function. But I promise you, there's no way to live. That's no way to live. That's a way to die. But it's no way to live. Let's talk about you being the asset, which I believe is a direct solution, an antidote to the poison that's flowing through your veins in terms of herd mentality contagion, mad cow disease. Let's talk about mental investment. You are the asset. You are the component in which you need to be pouring all of your resources in. And it breaks my heart to see how conditioned the average person is in relation to how little that they will invest themselves. Another way to look at it is programming yourself for success. If you are not programming yourself with these kinds of narratives, the narrative that you have ingrained so deep they're in your very bones, best believe other people will be doing it for you. TV programming is a programming. You need to be careful about what you're consuming and consciously consume some things other than negative things. Here's another way to look at it in terms of those heartbreaking elements that I discussed before and how you can start to inject this 1% mentality into your life. People are quick to invest $1,000 into the new iPhone, but would turn their nose up in investing the same into learning a new skill. I don't know where it comes from. Probably a resistance to hard work. I can understand it. It's easy to get a product that does all these things for you. It's easy to chase the clout and the fame and the reputation of having that new spanking iPhone. But what about having a skill? What about a skill that you can leverage, that you can monetize into the future? I've invested tens of thousands of dollars into new skills, into coaches, and it all comes back to me. It all compounds in terms of the interest I get back. People don't think twice about their Disney, Netflix, or Amazon subscriptions, but won't invest the same into a piece of software that automates their workflow so they get more time back into their lives. Software, AI now is all the rage. And if you are intelligent, even if you're working in the 9 to 5, you can leverage some of these things to do some of your work for you. You've got ChatGPT now that can write video posts, that can write blogs, that can write emails, that can do copywriting, that can send cold emails, and you're afraid that paying, I mean, it's free even, but you're paying, you won't even pay $10 to outsource some of that work or get a PA. Yeah. Physical investment. NPCs are quick to spend $20 on a pizza when they're too lazy to cook, but will be frugal with their money when purchasing quality products on their weekly food shop. I mean, I can only use the British, the reference points of Britain, because I live in Great Britain. I live in England. If I'm gonna buy like a pizza, a takeout pizza, that's probably like 20-25 quid. If I'm gonna buy a ribeye steak, that's probably like £8-9. That's an easy decision for me. What you mean? I get minimum two meals that are high quality animal fat and protein, or something that will slowly kill me over time, will make me dumb. It will literally make you dumb. Eating all this kind of fast food with seed oils, with inflammatory markers, with refined carbohydrates and sugar. It will make you stupid. It makes you more stupid. So there's an easy decision to make. What you vote on has a consequential effect on everything. Higher energy, improved sleep, clarity, and cognition. What might the above mean in terms of tangible results in life? Here's something, guys, right? Is a lot of you don't actually see the results of what your investments are, right? So here are some principles here which you can start to equate to tangible differences in your lifestyle. Say I made that decision to invest my money as opposed to, a £20, takeaway pizza, comparatively to 2 quality pieces of meat that are going to aid me with good, again, saturated animal fats that will feed my brain, will help me think clearly, which will give me the proteins I need to recover from my hard day at the gym. And then what might that mean? Well, if I have higher energy, maybe that means I can give more value to at work, meaning I can better position myself in appraisal to ask for more money. Maybe I can leverage this social proof of my work to a better position in the same industry by playing these companies off one another. Maybe I can use the additional energy that I have from recovering to invest in resources like a side hustle, improve my physique in the gym, and get a higher quality partner, right? I've got a higher quality of physique and get a higher quality partner. Simply put, investment in yourself bears fruit in all territories, be it physical, cognitive, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health, right? This is what the 1% is doing. Then they're all the investment is coming back to them, right? It's not, let me just put this in the FTSE, which is the top traded companies in the UK, I believe. It's maybe I can take that grand and maybe I can invest in a new skill. Maybe I can up the amount of food, the food budget that I'm spending on myself to make sure that I'm recovering better, I'm sleeping better, I'm performing better. Maybe I can get some supplements to help me think better. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Be solution orientated. So if you have aspirations of working for yourself and hopefully not working for other people, the question you want to be asking yourself is, who has the biggest bank and the biggest budget? Biggest problem, biggest budget, biggest bank, biggest problem, right? People are inherently selfish. If you can appease people's needs and offer them a high quality solution to their problem, then you'll be able to monetize it and never work for anyone ever again. These are the things that you are selling to people in one form or another. Fitness sells attraction, which sells sex. If you're a fitness instructor, you're not really selling fitness. You're selling a higher quality partner for that individual because they feel more confident in their body and they can approach people. Copywriting sells persuasion, which makes money. You're not selling copywriting my product, you're selling me more money because as a consequence of your input, you're going to be able to get me more sales on my product. Editors sell creativity and attention, which sells time and money. You're not selling me some fancy new attractive video, which is cool. You're selling me more attention, which means more sales, and also means less time for me to invest to spend on creating my videos, right? So who has the biggest bank and the biggest problem? People who are limited in these, right? Say people, a really good one is time. Entrepreneurs, businessmen who have a lot of money don't have a lot of time. So if you're able to save them an hour or two a day, they will bite your hand off at the opportunity for you to give them back more time. And last but not least, the smartest people I know are building a you incorporated business, meaning you are the business. Solutions now are very, very generic. We've all heard of editors, email copywriters, fitness coaches, relationship coaches, website designers. That's cool. That's fine. But what is going to set you apart and stop yourself from becoming one of these? But the market is saturated, bro. There's so many fitness influencers out there. There's so many editors. There's so many email copywriters. There's so many podcasts. Personal story, share your values and virtues, and your clients will be people similar to you. In fact, my coaching clients even look like me, right? They're all, mixed race and facial structures very, very similar, and it can be quite scary at sometimes. But essentially what I'm trying to convey here in this last point, if you find yourself having this saturated bro reflex, is that people do not buy just for the generic solutions anymore. They buy because they resonate with a certain kind of person, right? Because their values are the same, because they are part of the same religious group, that they have the same nutritional needs. That is what makes the difference now. It's connection. It's connecting with people. And if you are not being transparent with your personal brand, then you're going to feel a lot of resistance. You're going to feel a lot of resistance. You need to empathize. You need to be transparent. You need to show compassion. You need to show your morals, your values, and your virtues. It is not a negative. People do care because they want to find themselves in you. And that is how you reach the 1%, getting ahead of the NPCs in your 20. But like I always say, gentlemen, these are just theories. Take what is valuable, discard which is not, and I'll bring you something else very, very soon. Take care.